Welcome back. My name is Bryce. A few days ago, I asked you all if you wanted to see some housing options that were out there if you do not have an RV. If you have not watched our How We Started video, there were about 3 months where we traveled without our camper, and there were only a few times where we actually stayed in motels. I was determined to find as cheap housing as possible because I wanted to save as much money. These jobs that we have mentioned the past 2 videos and then a video last year, I'll link to them all below, you have to provide your own housing. We prefer it that way. These jobs, majority of them, especially the ones that Chase works. If you're new, welcome. Chase is a welder, welds on various power plants across the country and refineries. His jobs that he does, they all pay per diem, non-taxable, which is like a daily stipend. And those per diem can range anywhere from $100 plus a day. So let's just say $100 just to make it easy, $700 a week. We prefer it that way because we can always find cheap housing under $700 and then pocket the rest instead of having them or whoever provide housing. That's just how we like it. Even some of the jobs that I have mentioned last video and the video prior, we talked about jobs that don't require a skill, and a lot of those are starting to pay per diem, and they're actually like really good. I will link to all those videos below. I'm going to share all of my secrets that I have learned. So one is the generic motels. I'm not going to really say hotels because the ones we've stayed at are they're not your Holiday Inn Express. They are definitely cheaper. How I have found those in the past is through Google Maps. So what I will do is I will type in the plant. There is a way that you can save it on Google Maps. You just click it, go down to save, and then I'll save it. Then I'll zoom out of Google Maps, and then I will type in hotels, all that stuff, and we'll pop the ones that are closest. I will just start calling all of them. I do not go based on what they say online. I always call them. I found it's always different. Ask for a weekly rate because weekly rates are always going to be cheaper per night versus just like what is your nightly rate. Some of these do offer a monthly rate, which is cheaper in a way, like saving wise. We have done that in the past. Now another one is RV parks. Now I know some of y'all are like, well, Bryce, this is for people who don't have RVs. Yes, I know. But guess what? There are 2 secrets within RV parks. One, a lot of them have cabins now, which is great, or some sort of tiny homes. And some do not even advertise that they have them. So what I would do is I would call RV parks, even if they don't advertise it, and just say, hey, do you have any tiny homes or cabins? We have stayed at an RV park and we rented a cabin out, and it came out to being, I think, almost $500 cheaper per month versus staying at a hotel, which is crazy. And we had a kitchen, full fridge and everything, so we can make all of our meals. So we even saved more money that way because we could cook all of our own meals. Now the second part to RV parks is that some will actually rent out campers to you, and they do not advertise it. How? Because we have done this before. I called an RV park and I said, hey, do you rent any campers out? And guess what? We stayed at a camper. It was, I believe, half the price. It was half the price compared to a hotel or motel in the area. Mind blowing. And we got to cook our own meals. Another way is Airbnb. Now Airbnb, we've only done Airbnb once just because the plants that Chase is usually working at are not they're kind of out there, and Airbnb sometimes can be a little bit harder. And Airbnb a lot of times is pretty expensive. We've only done Airbnb once, but it is an option. Same as VRBO, vacation rentals by owner, I guess is an option too. I wouldn't use it as like your first resource. I would use it as, okay, I'm not finding anything. Let's just see what else is out there. Another one, and y'all are gonna laugh at me because I have mentioned this in the past few videos, Facebook groups. Yes, don't. Just follow me here for a second. I have found this out. When you are going to say a nuclear power plant, type in the nuclear power plant, type in housing or something along those lines. There are Facebook groups out there. I know this because I have found an RV park through one of those Facebook groups. Watch this video. And some of the people that are on those Facebook groups are people that live around the area, and they will rent out rooms to workers for way cheaper than a motel. And typically those places are going to be a lot closer to the plant as well. Those can be either a room in a house. Sometimes I've seen them to where someone has a bunch of little tiny homes on their property. If you do have an RV, I would look through those too, because I have seen some people that have a house and then maybe they have a few hookups on their property and they will rent them out to workers, because that is how we found a place not too far from a campground. Another great tool that I feel like a lot of people just don't remember is to ask. When you call these RV parks to see if they have tiny homes or rentals, ask, well, do you know of anyone in the area that is renting out a camper or anyone that has a tiny home that they would rent to? Tell them that you're there to work. And sometimes they'll either say, no, I don't, or yeah, I do. Like, I know this person so-and-so, let me give you their number. If you ask, like, sometimes you'll be able to find some really good stuff. That is how I have found some of my best kept like secrets that I'm sharing with y'all. is because I have asked people. So always ask people, say, well, do you know of anyone around the area? I'm coming in for the power plant outage. Ask, ask, ask. Now, this last one we have not done, but this is kind of a good last resort, I guess you could say, is if you can legit find nothing, what I would do is I would come stay at a motel for a week. As you are going to work, to the plant and such, we have passed one house that actually has a little sign out that says furnished rooms for rent. So I'm just throwing that out there that could be a possibility. If you're like, Bryce, I can legit find nothing, then that's an option. This is also a great option for, I know there's a lot of work campers out there that you have to provide your own housing. This is a great way as well. I would seriously try Facebook groups in your area, like type in your area that you're gonna be in, and then type housing. Now, if you are a blue collar, you're gonna go work at some of these power plants, refineries and stuff, then I would type in the plant and then refineries. Those are specifically for plant workers. Like if you're work camping close in the area, I highly doubt they're gonna be renting their rooms to you, but I would still say it's worth a shot and ask, say, hey, I'm coming to work for X amount of months or whatever, and they may rent it out to you. So I wouldn't shoot it down, I would still call and ask. But our specialty, what we do, because we've been doing this for, Chase has been welding or traveling welder for 5 years, and we've been in this camper for 4 years. So we've definitely learned a lot about traveling for dirt cheap. I would just seriously just call and ask if you're work camping or if you're doing a job that you are in charge of your own housing, call and ask. So I hope that helps. If you have found any value in this video or the past few videos, please leave a comment, subscribe. We want to be able to help as many people as we can with this because I know there is just nothing out there. We're making videos that we wish were out there. I know the past few videos have been more information based. Don't worry, this Friday we'll be back to our regular vlog schedule where Kenai is being an absolute just wait till next week's or this Friday's video. I really greatly appreciate all y'all so much. I hope this helps. I hope this gives you a sense of confidence that even if you don't have a camper, you can still go and do these jobs. Chase did motels for a very long time by himself, and we saved up money and bought our camper. So that can always be an option. Personally, if you feel like you are going to be doing this for a while, I would save up money and buy a camper that you can afford, just something to where you can get into an RV park and a camper, because we are paying $575 for a month. That includes everything, even laundry, which is nuts. I am seeing a lot of motels now, they are charging that a week. I know if you're like needing to get into the door and start traveling to make money, you can make some really good money doing these jobs that we've discussed in the past few videos. Save up, buy a camper, and then do what we're doing. I'm gonna leave you all at that. I hope this helps. I hope you all have a great week. We will see you Friday, and yeah, Kenai. You want to tell our friends, say thank you so much. Say we'll see you later. Bye, y'all.